Texas lawmakers are set to vote as early as tomorrow on the state GOP's controversial redistricting map. A committee advanced the measure on Monday night, and this follows Texas Democrats' return to the state. It followed a 2-week protest against the proposal that favors Republican candidates. Now, the Democrats can now only leave the House floor if they receive written permission and have a security escort. That is until the chamber reconvenes on Wednesday. But one Democrat has refused to comply with those demands. Representative Nicole Collier spent the night in the House chamber. She joined the takeout earlier and told our Nicole Killian that she will not be alone when she spends yet another night in the Capitol.
I have just been joined by several of my Democratic colleagues who tore up their permission slips and said that they will not be held captive by the Republicans. And they are going to join me tonight in protest to this unreasonable, unnecessary, and harmful detention.
CBS News correspondent Nidia Cavazos joins us now from Los Angeles with more on this. And Nidia, you just heard right there from Representative Collier saying that she plans to stay in the House chamber and other Democrats will join. Quite the sleepover there. Will this have any impact on Republicans' plans for tomorrow?
Nancy, Texas Republicans have the majority, so these maps will go through. But what's happening here is these Democrats are essentially having a slumber party, as it's been dubbed, because they refuse to have an escort 24/7. So they're staying within the Capitol grounds so that they don't have to be escorted at 24/7. This is their way of protesting. But essentially, they're going to be there tomorrow for this vote, and these maps will go through for the state of Texas.
And turning now to California, where you are, Republicans there announced a lawsuit today asking the state Supreme Court to block Democrats from moving ahead with a redistricting plan there, which I know you've been covering very closely. What can you tell us about that and what happens next?
For now, what we know is that California Republicans have expressed their opposition. They've presented a lawsuit. They're asking the California Supreme Court to weigh in before Wednesday evening to try to delay the vote that's essentially set for this Thursday. What they're saying is that California Democrats' efforts are unconstitutional here, and there's a lack of time for lawmakers to review these maps, and there's a lack of time for these public hearings so that Californians are able to weigh in. They also state that the state's constitution explicitly requires a 30-day review period for any type of legislation that is introduced. And so they're saying essentially what Democrats are doing in California is illegal, and so they're asking the Supreme Court to weigh in before tomorrow.
All right, Nidia Cavazos, thanks so much for being with us.